I tend to circle outside of the start box after I've warmed him up. So I'll pop a couple of fences in the warm up, and then I will just simply hover outside of the box. I won't go in the box because he dances around like a dick, and he will potentially bounce up and down on his front legs a little bit. So I'm not massively keen on that. So out of the start box, and I really give it some beans going out. It looks like I'm going to go round like the absolute clappers. But I get to the first fence with so much determination, my lower leg really far forward, and I kick like stink. We gallop away from the first fence, and I feel like we're going for it. We're just going for it. We get up to number 2, and I'm thinking, this isn't so bad. We're coming up to number 2, and it's brakes on, kick, over we go. It's all over in such a flash. I think, shit, I got to get my act together now. So we're soaring away from the second fence, thinking if we do not book our ideas up, there's going to be some serious problems along the way. So fence 3, I think that's not much to look at. He backed off again, bastard. So I kick him a bit more. My reins are getting a little bit long now, so I've just shortened them up. I've taken a bit of a hold because there were a double of fences like this that I had a bit of a problem with at another course, probably Bovington, I think it was, that he really backed off and I got a really bad jump over. So I just made sure that I had him right between my leg and my hand there, and then galloped away to fence 5, which was a hedge in the fence line, which was actually fine. He gave me quite a big, bold jump over that, which is surprising. And then down to the fence before the drop down, which he didn't even look at, in fairness. And the step down, he is so confident at. He just bounds off and I just hang on. I have to then shorten my reins up a bit because I've slipped them to get down the bank. And he gets a bit on the forehand cantering down this hill. It's quite a hefty slope. So I sit him up just as I get to the bottom. I'm just checking him up there, sitting my weight back in my stirrups. And I'm kind of like tilting backwards a little bit just to collect him up for this white house that I knew he would look at. So over that and away, we come down to the chicane. There's not a huge ditch under this chicane, and I didn't think he would look at it. But right at the last minute, you'll see him there. He looked right at the last minute and chipped in an extra stride. And I had my leg on. I did as much as I could have done. But then we're galloping off to the next fence, which is over a bank and down a hill. You had only one stride off the edge of that bank before the fence. And so I did show jump canter that. I brought him back to a really slow bouncy canter so that he didn't trip and stumble, because after his fall at the previous event, I didn't quite trust him to make it there. Over the skinny at 10 and up the Nemesis bank that we fell up at Shelford, and he was absolutely fine. Then the wall jumped really nicely. I got an excellent jump over that last year, so I wasn't too worried about that. The next fence, however, oh holy Moses, I did not get a good shot at that. He was looking the whole way in, backed right off. There were some feed sacks underneath it. I mean, like, I literally had to ride for my life at that fence. We were going to have a stop. He had put the brakes on. We had come to pretty much a halt, and I had to use my spurs for probably the first time on the course. So I don't like smacking him, but you've got to get round, and he's got to build confidence in me. So I say go, he goes. If he doesn't reply with a yes, we're going, you say it firmer. Say it a third time, and if you don't go, you're going to get a smack on the neck, my boy. So that's what happened. He got a smack on the neck, he got the spur in his side, but he went over it and he got a pat. So, and then down to the second, double of logs. I mean, come on. Just watching him over that, he's just such a pillock. Like, what a plonker. Oh, just a big pat for getting over them, because he is terrified of those logs. He jumped that little bit of stream at the bottom knob, and then trotted through the water. I didn't push him through the water. I want him to build confidence through that water and not be like herring round the whole course. So, and then out over a little skinny, which was absolutely fine. I just had my reins a bit short there and just caught him in the mouth on landing, which is not ideal setting him up for this corner, because I wanted him to have a good jump over that. And he's trying to dart out to the side, and every ounce of the left-hand side of my body was keeping him into that fence. I had my left rein pressed against his neck, my left leg tight against his side, and we really rode for it. Same with this. Steered him in like a tunnel, rein short, legs on, don't give him an option. And then we're just cantering away. He spooked at that trailer. Just... And anyway, we're just cruising home now because I thought we'd gone way too fast. And this is the part of the course which probably cost me about 3 placings because I took my foot off the gas thinking that we'd gone too quick. Now, we've rounded this corner just in a amble. We're just cantering along. I'm thinking way too quick, way too quick. I shorten him up a little bit for this wall. I come around that corner and he's got a little bit long and flat. So I just check him up, pick his head up, give him a tap, off we go, over that. Perfect jump over that. In fact, I think it was probably one of my favourite fences on the course, down to the last fence. And I'm really giving it some. I'm going for it. Come on, boy, last fence, right at the last minute. Chipped in an extra stride. I think he lost a bit of footing on his front feet there, but do you know what? On a whole, I mean, look at that horse and the way he finished. He's confident, he's bounding forward, he's listening to me. We got some really cracking jumps at some of the really difficult fences on that course, and sometimes you've got to just take away the positives. Don't keep focusing on all the things that you could have done better, all of the jumps that you could have ridden better. I mean, he's flying off some of those. Look at that bank. I mean, he's just really enjoying it and going for it, and he's bold and confident. The blips, they are getting less and less. You know, tell me 2 years ago that I'd be doing this, forget it. So, you know, it is possible with a spooky horse to get them going forward, to get them listening to you. You've just got to be positive the whole time. That is all I can say to anybody that's going through this. Be positive, ride firm, and be confident.